This is going to be a very quick summary of everything that's happening today to Tesla stock. First update, of course, I am so happy about my first drive. FSD Beta actually exceeded my expectations. Now, mind you, these expectations were pretty low, but now I feel even more bullish. If you haven't watched this video, you have to watch this video. If you didn't notice in that video, I am super happy. So you will get the actual emotion that I was feeling at that time. And now, actually, I prefer to drive with full self-driving beta on as compared to before. I hated the autopilot. It was so bad. I would stop at a traffic light and let's say there's a car in front of me, and the traffic lights would turn green, and then my car would not go for a long time to a point where people would start beeping behind me. That's how bad it was. It would wait way too long. It was annoying. FSD Beta does not do any of that. It perfectly stays in its lane. If you're just driving straight through a normal road in a city, it does an amazing job. And I am incredibly impressed how just from more than a year ago, when they first came out with that feature where on my car, the car would recognize traffic lights and stop signs, and it was very bad. I never really used it. And in just a year, Tesla went from 2,000 beta testers to now 160,000 to now, it's going to be 500,000 pretty soon, and probably 1 million after that also pretty soon. I want to play this clip for you. So this is the data that Tesla is collecting. It's an absurd amount of data that Tesla is collecting. So picture how little data Tesla had from those 2,000 beta testers to now Tesla having 160,000 to now going to this wide release. It's enormous. And of course, Tesla's building Dojo, the supercomputer, and it's just quite a bit better than what Tesla could get from other technology, which helps train the data much more faster. Next, why didn't Tesla stock jump after the wide release of full self-driving beta? The stock did absolutely nothing, which is interesting. I think you really have to experience it for you to understand really what is going on. I made this video. This was January 9th of this year. And in the beginning of a video, I say, is full self-driving, does full self-driving still suck? Implying that it sucked until then. And the answer in this video was yes, that it still sucked. But now it's more comfortable to drive with it than without it. And I live in Vancouver City, so I don't think there's much data that they have over here. One reason is that Elon Musk simply missed many deadlines before, and many investors just don't believe that this is actually going to happen until they actually see that it's actually working fully 100%. I don't think there's going to be much of a change in the sentiment. However, there is a very tangible, measurable increase in profits from full self-driving. Let's quickly go through those. But yeah, Elon missed badly multiple times before. And by the way, Stephen Mark Ryan, in his last video, he called Morgan Stanley Moron Stanley. Just something I thought I should mention. You can see my reaction if you watch this video, why Tesla didn't jump after a wide release of full self-driving beta. So if you look at the earnings per share for Tesla stock, it's about $6-ish. This is estimated for 2023, for next year basically. And borrowing some of Farzad's numbers here, net income additionally would be $1.3-ish billion, let's say, if you go with Farzad's number specifically, which only adds 36 cents per share, maybe a little bit more than that, or a little bit less, depends on how you calculate. But it's, it's not that huge of a difference, although it's a very tangible and measurable difference, because before Tesla could not recognize 100% of the revenue that it would get from full self-driving sales, because the technology, you buy it and then you don't get it. I had full self-driving and I never had it. It was still in beta and I didn't even get the beta. So now that everyone can get it from day one, Tesla can fully recognize all of that revenue and profit, which is good for the bottom line, but it's not that big. But still interesting that the stock didn't jump at all. I mean, it actually went down a tiny little bit, but it just moved together with the market, basically. I go into full details in this video. The link will be down below. So go ahead, take a look. It's a pretty good video. And then Tesla is under attack. Patrick here says that here's the thing about Tesla. It's not a car company, which, we like to hear because it's a technology company, but he doesn't mean it like that. He means it in the worst possible way, almost. Tesla is a company that has to make cars in order to sell its real product, emissions credits. And he makes a lot of claims, and some of these have some merit, and I go through all of these in this video. It's a very juicy video. I highly suggest that you watch it. He makes a lot of, accusations of Tesla, and I go ahead and dissect those. But, and then we look at this, in Q1 of 2020 here, regular credits were 2,213% of Tesla's net income, which is a big number. And it continued to go down, now down to 9%. So it's no longer significant, although it certainly used to be a fairly big deal. And he makes this argument that Tesla is contributing to pollution. I know it's crazy. There's a lot of drama going on there. I go through the whole thing. This chart here breaks down Tesla's income and revenue very well. As you can see, regulatory credits amount for a tiny portion of Tesla's revenue. Also, I've seen another graph thrown around in that Twitter thread where it shows that, all this whole time, regulatory credits were a tiny portion of Tesla's revenue. I don't think that's a very good chart to throw at someone who is going to nitpick. I think just showing percentage of net income is much better, because it's all about, after all, earnings and valuations of companies, bigger companies, that is, a profit is what really matters. I think it just makes a better argument when you show this chart here and show that it's only a tiny percent of not just revenue, but profits. Now, perhaps the funniest part in this whole thing, actually, there are a few more funnier ones, but this one was pretty good. He says, it's entirely possible the plan in Elon's mind was to use the emissions credits to get the legacy manufacturers to pay him for their own extinction. Anyone can use emission credits to sell to others. It's just that legacy automakers decided not to produce EVs. That was the whole problem. So, there's a lot of nitpicking here. Some though were well deserved for Tesla, but most, it looks to me that it's coming from someone who's misinformed, or not entirely accurate. So these 3 videos will be down below. This one, I would suggest start with this one if you haven't seen any of them. This one will make you probably the most exciting. This one is also pretty good. And then this one, if you like drama, you gotta watch this one. Also, Elon said that he may possibly make a phone. You can read and pause if you like to learn more. Also, Troy retweeted one of my videos that I made about his estimates and deliveries and opinions. He said, I was checking out YouTube videos and found this video by chance by Matt Posius. Nice video. It provides a good summary. So This one has Troy's approval. If you haven't seen that one, this one will also be down below. And here's a good summary of the EV credits in the US that are coming soon. Pause if you like to read. And here it is in this other format. Interestingly, also, Ford Mustang Mach-E has lost its recommendation from Consumer Reports due to declining reliability, as indicated by the Auto Reliability Survey. And it's the only EV this year to lose Consumer Reports recommendation. And more good news, Tesla team just completed a 500-mile drive with a Tesla Semi weighing in at 81,000 pounds, almost 40,000 kilograms. That is a big deal. Many doubted if that's even possible. So go watch those videos. They're going to be in the description down below, and I'll see you there. Thank you so much. My name is Matt Posius. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and make sure to also subscribe. New channel. Like, make sure that you actually subscribe. I'll see you down in one of the videos below.